Hi, welcome to NCERT CBSE Class 6 History, Chapter 10 Traders, Kings and Pilgrims. And in this video, we will learn every point in the section New Kingdoms along the Coasts, Part 4. This comprises 16 questions. Question 1. Around Dash, a dynasty known as the Satavahanas became powerful in western India. The options are 100 years later, 200 years later, 300 years later, 400 years later. Your time to choose. And the answer is 200 years later. So, around 200 years later, a dynasty known as the Satavahanas became powerful in western India. Question 2. Around 200 years later, that is, dash years ago, a dynasty known as the Satavahanas became powerful. The options are 2300, 2100, 2400, 2500. Your time to choose. And the answer is 2100. So, around 200 years later, that is 2100 years ago, a dynasty known as the Satavahanas became powerful. Question 3. Around 200 years later, Dash, known as the Satavahanas, became powerful in western India. The options are a dynasty, an emperor, a kingdom, all of these. Your time to choose. And the answer is a dynasty. So, around 200 years later, a dynasty known as the Satavahanas became powerful in western India. Question 4. Around 200 years later, a kingdom known as Dash became powerful in western India. The options are the Satavahanas, the Shakas, the Vakatakas, the Shungas. Your time to choose. And the answer is the Satavahanas. So, around 200 years later, a kingdom known as the Satavahanas became powerful in western India. Question 5. Around 200 years later, a kingdom known as the Satavahanas became Dash in western India. The options are rulers, landowners, powerful, vassals. Your time to choose. And the answer is powerful. So, around 200 years later, a kingdom known as the Satavahanas became powerful in western India. Next question 6. Around 200 years later, a kingdom known as the Satavahanas became powerful in Dash. The options are Northern India, Southern India, Eastern India, Western India. Your time to choose. And the answer is Western India. So, around 200 years later, a kingdom known as the Satavahanas became powerful in Western India. Question 7. The most important ruler of the Satavahanas was dash. The options are Bimbisara, Ajatasattu, Mahapadmananda, Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni. Your time to choose. And the answer is Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni. So, the most important ruler of the Satavahanas was Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni. Question 8. Dash of the Satavahanas was Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni. The options are the most important ruler, a kind ruler, an important ruler, an industrious ruler. Your time to choose. And the answer is the most important ruler. So, the most important ruler of the Satavahanas was Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni. Question 9. Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni is mentioned in dash composed on behalf of his mother. The options are a manuscript, an inscription, a poem, all of these. Your time to choose. And the answer is an inscription. So, Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni is mentioned in an inscription composed on behalf of his mother. Next question. Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni is mentioned in an inscription dash. The options are in Inamgaon, in Hunsgi, composed on behalf of his mother, composed by him. Your time to choose. And the answer is composed on behalf of his mother. So, Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni is mentioned in an inscription composed on behalf of his mother. Next question 11. Dash was the mother of Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni. The options are Gautami, Jabali, Gautami Balashri, Satyakama Jabala. Your time to choose. And the answer is Gautami Balashri. So, Gautami Balashri was the mother of Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni. Question 12. Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni and other Satavahana rulers were known as dash. The options are Maharaja, Muendar, Lords of the Uttarapatha, Lords of the Dakshinapatha. Your time to choose. And the answer is Lords of the Dakshinapatha. So, Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni and other Satavahana rulers were known as Lords of the Dakshinapatha. Next question. Dakshinapatha literally meant dash. The options are the route leading to the south, fertile region, land around Narmada, the route leading to the north. Your time to choose. And the answer is the route leading to the south. So, Dakshinapata literally meant the route leading to the south. Question 14. Dakshinapata was also used as dash. The options are a name for the Deccan region, a waterway, a name for the entire southern region, a name for the Satavahana land. Your time to choose. And the answer is a name for the entire southern region. So, Dakshinapata was also used as a name for the entire southern region. Question 15. Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni sent his army to dash. The options are the eastern coasts, the western coasts, the southern coasts, the eastern, western, and southern coasts. Your time to choose. And the answer is the eastern, western, and southern coasts. So, Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni sent his army to the eastern, western, and southern coasts. Next question, number 16, last question. Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni wanted to control the coasts because of dash. The options are control over trade routes, gifts from traders and sailors, wanting to become rich and powerful, all of these. Your time to choose. And the answer is all of these. So, Gautamiputra Sri Satakarni wanted to control the coasts because of control over trade routes, gifts from traders and sailors, and wanting to become rich and powerful. Okay, so in this video, we learned every point in the section New Kingdoms along the coasts, part 4. In the next video, we will learn every point in the section The Story of the Silk Route. I'll see you there.